welcome and introduction about my yard. First off, the size of my yard is 2,300 square feet in the front, and I have 200 square feet on the side. I have a grass type of cool season grass. It's a mixture of Kentucky bluegrass, creeping red fescue, and perennial rye. So I use the Kentucky bluegrass and the perennial ryegrass and the creeping red fescue from the Scott's Sun and Shade. I seeded on September 21st. I applied the starter Scott's with the weed control at 3/4 pound of N, and I added to that the RGS and the humic at 3 ounces per 1,000 square feet. Followed that up 2 weeks after that with the Milo at another 3/4 pound of N. And then lastly on the front, about a week ago, which was 5 weeks, 6 weeks in, I did do the 002 in preparation for the Halloween domination. That's where the nice dark color has come from. I did spray that again to get the iron and to really boost it up. Now the side yard at 200 square feet is about 2 weeks behind the front yard. Did use the same grass mix, and I did put down the Scott starter with weed control, but I did not follow that up with the Milo. It's only had the starter. I did give it the RGS and humic when it was seeded, so it has not had that much, and it is lagging behind the rest. Now it started out as a fully overgrown weed section from the weed before. It's already had a night of frost, so I'm not too concerned if that hurt it. It's a small section. Let's see how it works out. I'd like to review how I set up my sprinklers and kind of my watering plan. So on the front hose bib, I have a 3-zone timer along with a separate hose that I use for applying my next products and watering that in. The 3 zones I have feed Zone 1, which is a pulsating, rotating sprinkler, which covers the vast majority of the front yard. I like that better, as I had previously used an oscillating sprinkler, but it did not allow me to open my windows on the second floor of my house because of the height of it. So I'm much happier with the pulsating, and its coverage is good. I then have a small zone on the side behind my flower garden and a little strip that I use a little orbit sprinkler. That's very multi-adjustable that works just fine. And next to that is actually a second orbit sprinkler that runs my side yard off a different timer. The third zone on my front, I use an oscillating sprinkler because down near the road by the curb, the pulsating sprinkler actually misses about 12 feet coming back from my neighbor's driveway, and it doesn't really cover that because of the circular formation of the sprinkler, so that oscillating sprinkler covers that gap. Okay, now that we've mentioned how the zones are set up, just real quickly review how I did my watering to get my germination. So I did water 3 times a day for the 3 zones. The main zone did water longer because it covered a bigger area. Zone 2 covered a little less, and Zone 3 a little more than Zone 2 because it was a little bigger area. 3 times a day, early morning, mid-morning, mid-afternoon because of the heat. And I did that for 2 to 3 weeks, and through germination, I did get germination at 1 week. Of course, the ryegrass helped with that, and the Kentucky bluegrass came a little later, and I continued the watering into the 3 weeks. Now I have reduced that to 1 to 2 times a day, and actually over the last week, I have only watered once or twice. We had some significant rain following some extensive drought that most of us on the East Coast have